Why do you want them to listen to your podcast?
So that when they think about starting a business, they've got the content that is pointing them in the right direction.
That is such a valuable piece of advice there.
The change in mindset makes a massive difference.
Welcome to Aussie Lawn Star.
Welcome to the dungeon, guys. I've got Lindsay and Luke with me today.
Hello.
Hey,
Thank
guy.
you.
Yeah, I'm just come back from the doctors. Got my final verdict.
Oh, really?
Good.
I'd been chasing a bit of an issue for the last 6 weeks. I'm going to go and get an injection next week, hopefully. So hopefully it'll improve things.
Yep. Get on top of it.
Yeah, it's
For sure.
it's important to try and keep on top of these things so we can keep on working, right?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Health is number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, are you in Adelaide or are you out of Adelaide?
Yeah, we're northeastern, so of the city.
But we work
Northeast.
everywhere.
Yeah, but we are everywhere.
Yeah.
So is that in the hills?
Foothills?
In Adelaide Hills?
Yeah.
Well,
Foothills of the Adelaide
sort
Hills.
of.
Yeah, northeastern
Yeah.
suburbs. Probably about 20 minutes from the city.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
so not far.
Awesome. I have no idea when it comes to South Australia, Victoria. I'm totally lost.
We moved up to
Nowhere
Darwin.
in SA's far.
Yeah, no, we're in SA's far. We moved up to Darwin for 4 years and I came back down and I was like, do I remember these streets? But you get it back pretty quickly. It's a very small town in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In comparison.
I was stalking you last week after I invited you to come on. And I'm like, oh, they've been in Darwin. Did you run a business in Darwin or was not at that stage?
No. So Lindsay was in retail management and
Yeah.
I was working underground out at mine there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and then COVID happened and I refused to get jibby.
Yep.
And so Luke said, well, why don't we start up a round? Because it's something that he did about 20 years ago, but I fell pregnant with our son. So we had to make sure that, we're getting food on the table regularly. And so we had to sort of cut that pretty short, pretty quickly. And then, as I said, COVID hit. So I started the round and about 3 months in.
Yeah, 3 months in.
I rang Luke and I said, put your what's it called?
Resignation
in that one. Put your
Which was
resignation in.
good.
I'm
That
too
was
busy.
a good feeling.
Yeah,
Good
I need
feeling
you.
that day.
I need you to come and help me with the business. So, and then it's generically just grown from there. So
Yeah.
Wow. So 20 years ago, Luke, you did a lawn run back then.
Yes. Yep. So it was 20 years ago. It was different too back then. Starting up around, it was the internet wasn't the way it is now for advertising, forms of advertising. So it was all word of mouth. But it started to pick up and it was going well. But you just needed that reassurance with having kids, having your first child, Lindsay not working. It was like, wow, I'm going to need to go
the
back.
regularity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you worked in the mines for quite a while then.
Yeah, for a little while, yeah.
8 years?
I did 8 years solid. So, that was enough.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so 20 years ago, you would have been fairly young and newly married, I'm guessing, at that point in time.
Yeah, it was our 19th wedding anniversary today.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I think I actually saw that when I was stalking.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
You did this morning, yeah.
Yep.
On Facebook, yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've had a lovely day working.
Yeah, she's a very lucky girl.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, so this business now, you've been doing it since COVID. So I'm guessing, 2 or 3 years?
3.5 we're at the moment.
Yeah. It's just got
this time it was Lindsay's brainchild.
Yes, sort of. Yes and no. Okay, Luke's looking at me like, no.
Oh, man, that one.
Yeah, it was kind of Luke's brainchild, but I needed to be in there getting it going and starting it and let's move forward so we could get him out of the mines. So that was the ultimate goal, to get him out of the mines and on the run with me. But we just didn't realise how fast that would happen. So
How old are your kids? I'm guessing they're not kids anymore. They're all
not kid, no. Big tall adults.
20 and 18
20
now.
and 18, yeah.
Very good. I've got 4 kids between my wife and myself. So 2 from her first marriage, 1 from my first marriage, and 1 together. And our youngest is 15, and my son's 21, and then we got 23, 26, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Beautiful. God, I love them. Are they all still at home or?
No. So
well done.
Our oldest, he is married with 2 children. So we're grandchildren.
Oh, grandchildren.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, Luke can't wait for grandchildren. He's absolutely frothing at the bit to have a grandchild to spoil and love.
Yeah.
Don't rush them, Luke.
No, it's right.
I don't know. Having them young was good. We can do whatever we want now.
Yeah, well, that's
so true. And we're not that old, really.
I thought the same thing when I had my first child, and he's 21 now. I'm 47. And I'm sitting there going, I'm 47, I'm a pretty young grandparent.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's awesome. I'd love to be like that.
But it's like I thought I'd be having an empty nest and be able to go out and do whatever I want. And I'm like, oh no, I've got to look after the grandkids now.
Yeah. You've got to stay home still while they go out and party.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Anyways,
very good. So you both have colluded together to sort of come up with this idea of running a business again now that you've got adult children. You don't need to look after them before and after school, all those sorts of things anymore.
Yeah.
And being in Adelaide, first question I'm going to throw at you is, how hard is it to get good prices in Adelaide? Because I hear that from a lot of people. They're still working off $40 an hour or, crazy low prices.
We started like that.
Yeah.
We had a good knowledge of where we needed our business to be for us to be making profit. We started off doing $50 lawns, and we wouldn't take anything under 50, and then we raised it to 60 after a few months, and then it kind of went up to, we went to a little bit of hourly gardening ones before we even knew sort of that we shouldn't be charging hourly. And we went through all the processes. We went through all the steps that new businesses go through, obviously. But we have gotten to the point, and pretty quickly, that we need to know our worth. So if the customer doesn't want to pay that, they're not our customer.
Excellent.
It needs to be this for our business, for our employees, for us to still make a profit.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to make a profit, it's not worth it for us. No. We'd rather just move on.
Awesome.
Now,
just looking at you through the camera, you've got high-vis uniforms. You've set yourself up pretty well. You set yourself up as an independent operator rather than a franchise. Did you consider going franchise route?
We started off as a franchise.
As a fox.
As a fox.
Yeah. So, which was wonderful. Like, for us, our first week in business with the fox, we actually turned over $4,500.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
But we were also taking everything,
cleanups, shit jobs,
all the stuff you need to do when you're building a business. We just took everything, didn't say no to anything. Here's our price. Got it.
Yep.
So the franchise for us was amazing.
Yeah, we already had, I think, 8 leads given to us from a previous franchisor that had just closed. So they were given back to Fox, and then they were given to us when we started.
Yeah.
And they pump you really, really quickly, and you don't have to pay for leads, unlike gyms or any other franchise. I don't know any other ones that do, but
not here in South Australia.
Not here in South Australia. You don't have to pay for leads through Fox. So they were just pumping us with all the leads. So they tend to do that with new contractors when they start off, and they'll give you like 3 or 4 weeks of just, here's a lead. So it was 8, 9, 10 a day that I was calling and trying to book people in, and yes, we'll do that for you, blah, 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 blah. So it was really hectic really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what you pay for. That's why you join a franchise when you start.
Yeah,
so that
absolutely.
help you get the business established.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's essentially it's given us a springboard.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'd never say don't do it. Like for us, it was fantastic. Like it got us to where we needed to be, to a point to where we wanted to change the direction of our business. So for us, it was better for us to rebrand, change our name because we had a direction of where we wanted to go.
Yeah.
So yeah. So for us, being in the commercial side of things, I think people look at you a little bit differently if you are a franchise.
Yeah.
Whereas
in South Australia,
in SA, that's
Well,
just
what
that's
we've
just
found,
what we found.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And we're not doing, smaller commercial. We're doing large residentials. We're doing landscape architecture,
yeah,
developments, all that sort of stuff. So we're a little bit of a different business than just
going and
lawn
mowing a
mowing.
lawn
Yeah.
and jumping in the car, go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Where
Our business model it supports a resi day every fortnight because we have some little soft spot resi customers that we like to keep on board, and it's worth it because we've got them to the price that we need them to be at, so it's worth having it on.
Yeah.
But the rest of our
is all commercial.
is all commercial. Yeah.
Efficiency is the thing that rules a business and the decisions you make as a small business owner. Right Mowers give you the options in their product lineup to match efficiency with size, fuel usage, and the type of jobs you want to target, from catching to mulching or side discharge, from roadside verges to acreages, and manicured lawns to 6 feet tall and super long. I've been using the Right Stander I 42-inch with a Catch Pro for manicured areas and the Stander ZK61 to maximise productivity for large open acreage mowing. If you need to replace your push mower, try the 32-inch Stander B. If you have more open access to residential properties, there's a 42 through 48-inch option that suits you. And if you want to enter the acreage market, the 52, 61 and 72-inch machines have choices in engine size and model type to suit the work you want it to do. Right Standards go the distance, saving you time and money, season after season. You started with Fox. How long were you in the franchise before you decided to split off and become independent?
When did we start DLM? It would have been a year, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon.
About a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you did you did 1 year in Fox, or you just been in 1 year now in DLM?
We did 1 year in Fox.
Yeah. Okay.
1.5 maybe.
Yeah, it could be 1.5.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when we started. It was just so quick when we flicked. It was like everything, like branding went over. We took all the stickers off the car. New uniforms were ordered. So it went just really quickly when we swapped over to DLM. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So by the sounds of it, Fox really helped you at the start in terms of filling up your schedule and getting moving. And then as you've established yourself over the first year, you've decided that the direction you're heading with business is a little bit different to what you want to be with a franchise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I prefer to go to a site and be there for 4 hours, 8 hours, or 6 hours rather than in and out of the car all day.
Yeah.
I prefer to be that one spot. You're getting, you've set it all up right, so you're getting the right amount of money you need from it without having to be in and out, in and out, in and out all day.
Yeah, for sure. That's really worthwhile. And I think when you're talking about hourly rates compared to job rates, if you're able to be in one spot for a whole day or a half day at a time, then your unbillable hours disappear.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And especially when you've got team on board as well, like they're not sitting in the car, for 3/4 of the time that you're supposed to be at a job or whatever it may be. You're not having to pay them to sit in the car. And because we do work everywhere, we don't have a set route that we work in. We have a lot of developers that are an hour away that way and an hour away that way. So we've got teams sitting in the car for an hour, back to the depot, back to the depot, things like that. So for us, we'd rather be on a site, on a commercial site for a long period of time with the teams that we have. So yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So how long into the business did you start employing other people?
We had a little junior on with us. Did he start with Fox?
Great. Yeah, he started
when we had Fox.
Yeah.
And we we trained him up, and he was amazing, and he was really quick, and he was getting so much better, and we just started teaching him how to get on all the skags properly and what to do, and then he left. And he left, and he got better money, and it's perfectly fine, and I get it, and it's just one of those things. We set him up for success in his next role, so that's a little something I can take away from it as
and we still
positive.
see him, and he's a great kid.
Yeah,
like he's a good kid. So
but he started with us when we had Fox, and he was with us for a year and a half, I reckon.
Yeah,
wasn't he? Yeah, he was with us for a year and a half, and then after that, we had a couple of young kids come out with us, but they didn't work out. Yeah. I think we had high expectations because we'd trained Jono up so well that we had a new little kid, and Luke was like, I can't be bothered doing this all over again.
Yeah. Well, it's hard work, isn't it? Go through all that training, you put up with, speed through the training.
Yeah.
And then,
But we've got ourselves to a point now where we've hired a horticulturalist, so she's on board with us 5 days a week.
Yeah, okay.
We've also got a very close contractor who works with us, and we sub him as well. And we've got 2 other team members too, but they're all older. So we've tried to set the team up now to have a little bit more of, I suppose, background.
Yeah.
In it, and then we can get the juniors on, and we don't have to be responsible for those juniors. So you know what I mean? We're doing it the right way, we think.
Yeah. So we just put it out last night.
Yeah, we just put a hiring ad out last night to see what we can find.
Casuals.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic with employees, because I see a lot of people struggling with putting on employees and getting people that they can trust, people that are reliable, people that are easy to train or hard to train, all those things that come up. And the question about how hard it is to find good employees seems to be a really big deterrent for a lot of people that are trying to grow their business. But
absolutely. And like we said, we've been through a couple of young kids, and it just you just know, just hasn't worked. So that's why we've tried to focus on getting the more experienced people in to then we can train them how we want everything to be, and then they can supervise the juniors as well. So I'm trying to pull myself out of the tools a little bit, because we've just got so much going on that my admin pile is like till midnight at night time every night. So trying to pull myself out a little bit. So that's, where we need to sort of cover those bases and get the kids in the garden beds weeding and all those yucky jobs that we have to do.
Yep, all the jobs that need doing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's all part of it.
Yeah, now I'd see that come up a lot, where people looking at putting on employees expect to find somebody that is a duplicate of them and expect them to be magically a good employee. And it's like, no, you've got to go through a vetting process when you're employing somebody to determine whether you give them a chance. And then once you do give them a chance, you've still got to keep on vetting to work out whether they are worthwhile to stay on once they get through their probation period. And you might go through 10 people before you find one person that's half all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's can be quite tedious. So
yeah, when I've talked to people who are used to doing that and employing people and creating teams of people, growing their business from themselves through to a group of employees, sort of 5 to 10 employees or more, that process of employing is something which has evolved. So it's interesting to see that, because obviously, like you're saying, your first employee was magic.
Yeah. Well, eventually.
Yeah.
You've got to go through. You've got to push through. Yeah.
But so many employees would have failed at all of the initial vetting processes before getting as far as he did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think Luke's a very good teacher though as well. So when he's teaching someone to do something, and they listen, they listen to him. So I don't know whether it's your stance or I don't know, maybe the way he talks to people, but they listen. So he's who I call the teacher. So any of the new kids go to Luke first. Yeah, but he's really good at it. So it makes sense. I'll just get frustrated with him.
Yeah, so you can play good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Big boss, little boss.
Big boss, little boss.
There's a little disagreement there as to who's which one.
Yeah. Every day.
It's good you can have a laugh about it and, keep the
Oh,
workplace
yeah.
enjoyable like that, I guess, too. I think that
I wouldn't have it any other way. I love working with him every day.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's a lot of people that would say that about their spouse.
Yeah, I know. There's probably not actually. I never thought about it, but to me, that's just
No,
normality.
we've always, whatever we've done, we've always worked well together.
Yeah, he reads
Yeah.
my mind, I read his
Yeah.
mind. and
It's just, it
gets
makes
done.
it easy. It
Yeah.
is just so easy. But not only that, Lindsay works harder than most blokes I know. So,
Yep.
some days she works way harder than me too. So,
Always work harder than you. What are you talking about?
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I'm telling my employees they need to work harder than me at the moment because I've got this injury going on. I'm just like,
Yeah,
you're employed
absolutely.
so that I don't have to do the hard work.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, they always have to do their best. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they know that. They've
Yeah.
got to show up.
Yeah. We're lucky.
We are lucky. We're very lucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Really lucky.
so how many employees are on the books at the moment?
What have we got?
7?
7 every second week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7 every second week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's grown into a
6
pretty
really.
decent sized team then.
Yeah. Yeah. But now we're also looking for a couple extra casuals too,
Yeah.
because with our work that we have, we've just got so much on that we need to really be able to split up a bit better.
Yeah, we need to split into teams. So we've got
Yeah.
enough vehicles to split into teams and trailers and stuff, but we just need the team.
Yeah.
We need the staff to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay. So you've set yourself up over the last 3 years with good equipment. I heard you mention the Skag family.
yep.
Yeah.
Skag
Yeah.
fam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love our Skags. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the sounds of it, a lot of the jobs you do are going to involve things that are not lawn mowing. So I'm guessing the hand weeding, the hedge trimming, all those sorts of jobs would be quite regular jobs on a lot of sites.
Yeah.
Yes and no. We try not to touch too much hedging. If we have to for commercial, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
more sort of keeping it down,
Yeah.
like being especially housing developments like large garden beds. So
Yeah.
we have to keep them weeded, and there's always upkeep.
there's
Yeah.
always weeds in
Yeah,
garden
it's
beds.
like a weekly
And
thing.
it's we're going through issues with one of our developers who doesn't want to put mulch down. He wants to put forest mulch down, and we all know what forest mulch is. It's pretty much just soil. So we're getting all these beautiful weeds come up in this beautiful forest mulch soil, and it's just it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But we'll get there with him. We will get there with him.
Yeah, I did some work for a developer years ago, and they literally were just planting in clay. They didn't put any topsoil down, nothing, just planted in clay and sprinkle a little bit of forest mulch over the top of it to hide the clay.
Yeah.
And it's like, that ain't going to work. And then he blamed me
It
because
won't
nothing would grow.
No, they just don't understand sometimes, and you can tell them till you're blue in the face, but they know what they want. But it's frustrating, but it's all right.
They want to cut corners. They want to do it cheap.
Yeah, yep. That's
And
it.
then they expect us to do the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's why they've all got so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, no, back to equipment. Luke's the type of person that buy quality first, and you don't have to buy it 10 times over.
Yeah.
So our first standard we got very early in the business, B-Ride.
I wasn't allowed that till we had 10,000 in the bank.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to get a Skag until we had 10 grand in the bank. And very quickly we got 10 grand up in the bank.
Booyah.
And he got his Skag. So all that we use still, we're very heavily petrol.
Okay.
We've got a few battery things maybe on the go at the moment, but we want to try and get some stuff into the fleet so we can focus on, places that we can't use a lot of noise, and little old Nana in the corner there's telling us off. So
I've been having a discussion with a few people about this at the moment in terms of battery versus petrol, and I've always been a very strong proponent pushing battery and going it's really good to use. But when you've got multiple employees, the amount of batteries you need to keep up with those employees, if they're running all battery gear, it gets pretty intense.
Yeah.
And they're running batteries an hour away for 8 hours. So it's very expensive.
And sometimes those whippies are running, like when we're doing
for
2
6, 7 hours
sections of a development, it's like 6 hours. So you think how many batteries we're going to need for that. But in saying that, there is a spot in our business for it. It just means it won't be on those days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I like finding battery solutions for those sort of days, but at the same time, it can be quite challenging.
yeah,
So often it is easier to just go, all right, you've got petrol, you got 2-stroke, fill the drum up, go for the day.
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry.
I certainly have been witnessing that with a number of people, and even in my own business where I've got employees working, and it's like, okay, we got to deal with battery management.
Yeah.
And like we have nothing against. It's not that we have anything against battery. We've always been petrol, and it suits our business model. It's not anything that we are against, but it just doesn't suit what we need to do. So
Yeah, and looking at the LMCA group, there's a lot of people push battery and a lot of battery usage with contractors. But I think what you find is most of the battery usage will be with solo guys that are out there working on their own, or maybe with one employee. And if you talk to dealers about the percentage of tools they sell battery versus petrol, it's still majority petrol.
Yeah.
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 We will always be petrol.
We'll always have petrol. Always on board. Because it's one of those things that, like I said, that's our business model. We have to we'll always have petrol on board, but it's just integrating those little battery things into, maybe the Resi Day, or maybe if we get retirement village.
But not only that, some of the tenders too these days, they want to know how you're going green as well. So this is some of the things we need to start implementing as well. So certain jobs we might have to. So,
on my large contracts, that's what I've done. I've gone predominantly battery gear and present that as one of those features that is green, reducing carbon footprint, all those various things. And there's lots of debate between people as to whether battery is green or not. But anyway,
that I have that debate all the time with people. I'm one of those people.
The biggest tick with battery gear is the noise.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not always quiet, but it is quieter than petrol most of the time. And
quieter,
when it comes to blowers, I think the battery blowers are significantly quieter than petrol blowers.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. We've got the big steel backpacks, and they're very loud.
And there's no replacement for a petrol backpack blower at this point in time. It's just you look at the battery blowers, and I've seen some pretty impressive battery blowers, but there is still, when I talk to Ego or Still, I'm like, okay, I'm using a Still backpack petrol blower for the jobs where I spend over an hour on the blower, and I need to be able to move a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Car parks, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we've got to move a lot of leaves in autumn and things like that. So the billy goat's not picking it up. I need a good blower that's going to blow it. In saying that, though, we recently got a trial for the new Makita backpack.
Yeah.
And that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's no steel.
It's no steel, but it's pretty good in comparison to some of the other battery backpacks I've used. It's heavy on the lift, but it's ergonomically great on your back. Yeah, really, really comfortable in comparison to, say, the steel.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's good to know. I think the biggest thing when I've talked to brands about battery blowers is you need to have over 30 Newton meters of torque, and you need to have over 1 hour runtime.
Yeah.
So if you can hold the trigger flat out and you're getting, say, between 32 and 36 Newton meters of torque, you're competing with a petrol backpack blower. And if it can run for an hour, then it's competing with a petrol backpack blower.
Yeah.
But I've still got my old BR600.
Have you?
Yeah.
And it gets a workout.
Yeah, we love good steel. Sorry?
And it gets a workout.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah. So do ours.
Yeah, so do ours. Yeah. Well, we got two for that reason.
Yeah.
So the other one was just being on all day, every day, and we thought we'd better give her a break and we'll get her a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got two of them to start with as well. I've retired one of those now, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to replace the second one with a battery one at some stage, but still waiting.
Yeah, fair. Look into the Makita ones because they're good.
Yeah, it's all right. It's no... Yeah. It's no petrol.
You can't put it up against each other. No. They're not the same.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm still going, it's not quite there yet. And there's there's quite a few that are good, like that Makita one. A lot of them are good, but they're not competing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Ego handheld one that we tried at BJ's, Expo was good though. That's pretty
Yes.
powerful. That
Yeah.
pushes you back off your feet, but we don't do handheld, so for us it doesn't quite suit. But it is quite
I had
strong.
I had to play with that one at the Sydney Ellie show, and it certainly was good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
powerful.
For sure. But for me, I'm running battery handheld tools, everything battery, except for the stand-on mowers and the blower. So I've got the handheld blower. I'm using an Ego handheld blower, but I'm also using the Steel backpack blower.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, we've got when we do smaller jobs like today, we went up to a land development. What is it? What do you call it? It's like the entry park or whatever you want to call it. But we had the little Makita hand blower just in the back, and I was like, just going to do that path quickly, and you're running around, you're not having to worry about starting the backpack up, and so
it wasn't a big area.
It wasn't a big area.
It was a small section that needed blowing, so why not just grab that?
Grab that out back.
Quick.
And for people that are doing quick blow jobs, it is the handheld blower, battery blower is the best option, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. And for resis too, like if you don't want to have to get the backpack out 20 times when you're doing resi jobs, you just grab that out, done. So yeah, it's much easier, I reckon. I think anyway.
Yeah.
My first battery blower was a Makita 36 volt, so 218-volt batteries on it, and it claims 11 or 12 minutes of runtime on 2 batteries.
Oh,
but on residential work, you'd be surprised how far that goes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because you're only really blowing for like 30 seconds or a minute. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So
and it's only running when you need it to be running.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting there on idle, I suppose.
That's right. So it's very surprising how much work you can do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still got it?
Yeah, I do. I've still got it. I use it at home though.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
It comes out to clean my shed or to do my footpath, and that's it.
Yeah, perfect. That's all you need.
Yeah.
We've got one of those little tiny baby ones because we've got 3 dogs, so there's dog hair everywhere all the time. So I just use the little Makita blower, like the little tiny one. Just blow it into the corner, back it up, perfect. Does the job.
I saw somebody using one of those on a job site the other day, and I looked at it and I was like, that's cute. That's so cute. I felt like going up to them and saying, "Hey, have a try of this."
Part of this. Yeah.
Luke does that to the neighbours because our circuit that we live in, everyone's very lawn proud.
Yep.
So Luke's a very lawn proud person as well. So when he goes out to blow the gum leaves off the lawn, he does the neighbours because he's out there with his tiny little blower, and Luke's like, "I got you."
Yeah.
Yep. That's the way. I've on so many occasions lent my blower to somebody, and they rave about it. Like 12 months later, if I bump into them, they're like, "Oh, come and show my friend that blower that you've got."
That's so good.
Yep.
It's just a blower.
I guess the testosterone comes out in big doses when you've got the best tool on the job, right?
Oh, absolutely. Our son got on his skateboard out front and put the backpack on and was like, meow, and it's like his favourite movie to show everyone.
Yeah.
Like, look at me on the skateboard with the backpack blower.
Are you thinking of leaving your job to start a profitable and enjoyable lawn and garden business? Aussie Lawn Stars shares stories, lessons, and advice to help you grow a healthy, productive, efficient, and sustainable business. Got questions or want more information? Contact Aussie Lawn Stars at iCloud.com or reach out to Gary Ashton on Facebook or Messenger for personal help. But beware, your question may end up in a podcast episode. For business coaching that ensures the right mindset and decision-making approach, check out Think Tank Coaching. Their website is https://thinktankcoaching.com.au. They've been instrumental in helping me and can guide you towards achieving your business goals. You can also email them at thinktankcoaching@outlook.com. Need to set up best practices for bookkeeping, accounting, and business structure? Contact Adrian from Prosper Financial at 02 4977 3363. And don't forget to join Lawn Mowing Contractors Australia and Australian Professional Lawn Contractors Facebook groups. Great supportive communities focused on our industry.
Thank you for listening to Aussie Lawn Stars. Please remember to rate and review the show on the Apple Podcasts app or the player you use. Exciting new shows are released every Monday. Make sure you follow or subscribe to hear the next episode.